Hi, I'm Tim Mikhailishvili, CEO of Amedea Pharma, an analytics and organizational change agency where we help pharma, biotech, life science companies not only measure and communicate their performance results, but also address the underlying and unseen motivational factors that also drive performance in order to transform their teams. So one of the most common questions that I hear from leaders is this: what is the best metric to use in medical affairs today? It's impossible to respond to this answer intelligently and accurately. Let me tell you why. Because number one, metrics are a moving target in different environments across different life cycles of a product. Number two, because the quality of metrics are determined by not only what they're measuring, but
How?
by whom are they being measured, for whom, who's the audience, and when are they being measured. So just to give you a few examples of some of the best metrics: number of patients identified for a disease appropriately, reducing the time of diagnosis, number of patients treated appropriately for their disease. These are all great metrics. However, the mechanisms is what determines their ultimate quality. In order for us to confidently say that we trace those outcomes directly to our activities and we have no bias, for example. And this is why we must not only just select a metric, but also continuously monitor that metric's quality to understand, is that metric really predictive? And so that's the level of detail that you need in order to be able to say to your internal stakeholders and leaders that we have such and such confidence that we need to engage in more of these activities because they're the ones that lead to more outcomes. Think of designing your performance management and quality improvement in medical affairs as designing a clinical trial, which provides a statistical hierarchy of different endpoints. The bottom line endpoint in an oncology trial will be survival, 5-year survival, for example. But an endpoint, a good endpoint, may be the burden of the tumor. The activity may be a particular an endoscopy that you choose for that organ, which may or may not be predictive, but it may show the tumor burden. That may be the KPI. However, the ultimate outcome is going to be 5-year free survival. So you will have to be able to constantly monitor that endpoint to see whether or not it really does predict outcome. It may not be the best modality, but you have to choose the best one. Or think of yourselves as the steering committee of the National Treatment Guidelines, which prioritizes and rates the different level of evidence, and as a result provides grade A recommendation versus grade B versus grade C. And so think of metrics as a continuously moving target and simplify your activities and outcomes. Break down everything that you do into 2 categories across the entire team, across all your functions, into all of those great activities that you do, all of those great markers, surrogate markers, such as share of scientific voice or KOL listening, digital opinion leader listening that you do, or monitoring, right? KOL sentiment surveys. They're great, but separate them, prioritize them, rank them if you like, but then report the bottom line outcomes separately. And then try to describe a relationship between them, which are those KPIs. So we have a solution at Amedea which helps you do that systematically over time. The more you use our solution, the more predictive and accurate it will be in helping you replicate those desired outcomes and results.